you say to those who feel that your candidacy for Congress is an embarrassment to the state?
They said that last time I ran for governor. And I don't know, I hardly think it's an embarrassment to the state. It might be something the state should be proud of, because forgiveness, understanding, second chances are important in life and in politics. And I think that people will look at me. Of course, one thing I'm going to tell you, as the campaign progresses, I'm going to make some effort to try to let people know what the trial was about. Contrary to public opinion, it had nothing to do with my being governor. There's nothing in the case that says I took a bribe as governor, nothing about me taking money from the people, nothing at all about me using my office to help my friends. It's all about things that happened a year after I was out of the governor's office, based upon what some former friends said they thought I would do after I got out of the governor's office. I know that's hard to sell. I know people don't understand that, but that's a fact. It isn't that I was convicted for illegally granting riverboat licenses. That is not correct. The one license that was in contest, the one that Bobby Guidry had, the feds allowed him to keep it. Certainly didn't suggest that it was illegally obtained, and he sold it for $105 million. That's hardly correct, but I know that people feel that while I was governor, I did this, that, or the other. But let me say, without fear of contradiction, and the record is still there, Mary Jane sat through the whole trial. Lawyers have watched it and commented on it. It was not about Edwin Edwards, the governor. It was about Edwin Edwards, who was a friend of people who, for reasons of their own, testified falsely about our relationship after I was out of the governor's office. Fact.
You mentioned your beautiful wife and child. People will say, why not spend time with them, as much time as you can with them, instead of putting them through the rigors of a campaign? How difficult a decision was that from a personal standpoint? And I'd like to hear from Trina to see what she thinks about it.
Whether I'm in Washington or Pelican Point or in Mamou, I'll spend time with Trina because she'll be right with me wherever I go. She used to say it's because she didn't trust me, but now she does. We'll be together. I would not, honestly, no office in the world would attract me if it meant separating from my child, my children, and my wife. Whether you believe it or not, this has brought us closer together. We work together, and she's looking forward to spending time with me wherever I am in the service of people of this district. Well, I sure appreciate it.
Governor, one last question. Can you foresee a situation where we have a repeat of 1991, where David Duke gets in this race, we got a proud Republican field, and we get another runoff between you and David Duke?
I don't know of anybody who's thinking about running who will come anywhere near being David Duke, but if so, so be it. I hope he identifies himself as the campaign progresses, but no. You have a wide array of Republican candidates already who have announced, and I'm sure there will be more. I can't at this moment comment on them because I don't know who will ultimately make the race. I heard yesterday that one who was talking about it has now said he's not going to run, and there'll be some who are saying they're not going to run who are going to talk about running. But I have touched the base of wherever I could to ascertain that there's some people in the district that I would consider to be formidable candidates. They haven't surfaced yet, but they have not indicated a willingness to run or an intent to run. So I'm going to run my campaign. I know based upon the number of Republicans, which will divide the Republican vote, which is a substantial vote, that I will be in the runoff with one of them. And that's why the other 10 or 12 of them can expect me to be nice to them, because I don't know which one is going to end up in the runoff. Yes?
When did you reach your final decision?
About 5 minutes ago. No, I made a decision with Trina and my family about a week and a half ago, and we started. Trina's already done all of the, with me, has already done all of the social media work. We've passed out, I think you've passed out the list. Oh, I thought you had. Already I have problems with the constituents. We have a list here of the social media contacts. We couldn't get the phone number because you'll not believe this, but we've been trying now for a week to get the phone numbers, and they kept calling us back, but we found out this morning that they were using the wrong number, and so they didn't reach us. But we'll have the number probably sometime this afternoon. We've already made arrangements to rent an office on Florida Boulevard, and we're moving in that direction. We have a treasurer, we have a bank account, and as of Friday, I sent the papers to the Federal Elections Commission indicating my intention to run.
So Governor, are you gonna get Willie Nelson to come back and do another concert?
What's that?
You're gonna get Willie Nelson again to do another concert for you?
I might do that. That's a good idea. However, when these things are on the road again, we won't have so far to travel. But this is a good district, you know. It encompasses much of Point Capee, West Baton Rouge, Iberville, Assumption, and practically all of East Baton Rouge, and also some of St. John and some of St. Charles, all the way down to some of Lafourche and Terrebonne Parish, and I'm comfortable in the district. It's a good district for me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Governor, will Victoria Reggie Kennedy campaign for you? Will you ask her?
Who?
Victoria Reggie Kennedy.
Oh, I'm sure she would support me, but I haven't asked her. You know, her father died about 2 months ago, and the family's been in great upheaval over it because they were very close. And she lives up in, I think, Maine now, or Massachusetts. But if she can help, and I'm sure she will, and as the campaign progresses, we'll look at that. I'm the kind of fellow who will take help from anybody. I even had 2 people in the media offer to vote for me one time. But listen, in appreciation and gratitude for your hosting this for me, I'm inviting all of you to a buffet luncheon, and you please enjoy yourself, and I'll see you on the campaign trail.